everybody, welcome back. I've been getting a lot of questions lately on my truck here, and thought I would post a response to some of those questions, maybe give you guys some info and help you in making some decisions. And one of the big questions I always get is people asking, what do I need to do if I buy a Rovan or a King Motors or basically a clone? What do I need to do before I drive the thing? Well, I mean, it's probably a case by case kind of thing. I'm sure every one of these trucks comes from the factory a little different. At least that's my take on a lot of the stuff I've read. But I'll go over a few of the things that I've pretty much had to do, not just as a choice or for aesthetic reasons or things like that. I'll go over a few things here. So, first thing I had to do, or not that I had to do, but just after over time watching YouTube videos, I could see that people were having a lot of problems with the clutch. And so when I got this thing out of the box new a couple months ago, I took a look at that. I took this entire thing apart, and I noticed right off the bat that the clutch bell, when I spun it, when the spur gear and everything was off, when I spun the pinion gear, I could see that the clutch bell wobbled back and forth. I could tell that that was probably an issue that some of the other people on YouTube had and had some just clutches be completely destroyed, which I can understand that happening. So I went ahead and bought an HPI brand bell. I also took off the bell carrier, the plastic one that comes on all the new Rovans and even the HPI. This is basically what you get, and I changed out to the heavy-duty HPI brand one that comes with the bigger bearings, and the piece here is solid. There's no bushing that needs to go in there, so it's a real more stable setup, I think. So that I did as preventative maintenance. The clutch, I just took this apart maybe 2 weeks ago, take a look, and I've still got the original clutch in there. I've got an 8,000 RPM clutch hanging up here on the wall to put in that I haven't done yet, because the original clutch that come with this thing is holding up really well. It really looks good. It doesn't look like it's getting destroyed at all. When I looked at it, it looked really new. Still looked like it was in really good shape. So I'm pretty happy with it for now on. Right now, I'm going to stick with what I got, and I'll keep that 8,000 RPM clutch until it actually does need to be replaced. So we'll see how that goes. One of the unfortunate things that I constantly had a chronic problem with from day one was the rear shock absorber over here. It was constantly coming unscrewed from the bottom eyelet, and that was a real problem. I had Loctited it together a couple times, and it didn't seem to help. I was running it pretty hard one day, and then it came apart and it lost a couple pieces. So it lost the lower shock seat, the aluminum shock seats, or spring seat, excuse me. So I had to replace it, period. So I bought the HPI heavy-duty rebuild kits for this, which comes with the plastic spring seats and the plastic eyelet on the bottom. You use the same aluminum body and the top caps and stuff. Everything else is the same. Just replacing the shock shaft, the pistons, everything that's basically inside there. And I haven't had an issue. I made a mistake for when I did that and when I rebuilt the shocks and put 20-weight shock oil in there, and the rear end was super stiff. And that was silicone fluid. I don't know if it makes much of a difference, but I then went and ordered some regular 5-weight HPI shock oil. Got a couple bottles of that, and it really does handle a lot better with the 5-weight in the rear. So for right now, I'll definitely stick with that. Another problem I was having right out of the box was the, let me take the camera off here and I will get a little closer and show you. I was really having a problem, and I think I covered this in another video, but the sway bar end link was cutting into that boot every time I'd go out and drive it, so I was constantly replacing boots. somebody told me just to cut like a 1/16 of an inch off the end of the sway bars, put it all back together. Bam, that fixed the problem perfectly. So I've got a set of gray Hostile boots hanging here. When these HPI boots go, I will replace those and put the Hostile ones on there. But for right now, these things they're hanging in there. So that's good, because I was really tired of taking that thing apart constantly. I also, as you can see, changed out. It had basically an SS pipe on it from the factory. I got rid of that because it sounded so awful. I then put on a regular HPI muffler can that worked really well. It was really quiet. I actually liked the way it sounded. But I think I did notice a decrease in power from the regular stock tune pipe that was on there. So I went to Dave's Discount Motors. Can't say enough about those guys. They're real helpful. And I ordered this, which is the Black Dominator version 2 pipe with a silencer in it. At idle, it's pretty quiet. It's does have good acceleration. It's real snappy. I think my power band is back, if not a little increased, with this one over the other two exhaust systems I was running. That's definitely something I would recommend. You know, I think it's the only way to truly bolt on power, I think, without really making major different you know, engine options. The exhaust is really the best way to go right off the bat. So you know, at first I thought the wheels were holding up really well, and actually technically the wheels are. The bead locks did not. They were really just garbage right from the factory. So well, I can't say that. They gave me a couple good runs, but then they just started popping off. The beads kept popping out, so I went and got these silverback bead locks. Haven't had a problem since. I also changed out all the screws, went to the stainless steel ones that Dave's Motor sells. A cheap pack of screws, you know, just replace them. It's cheap, it's easy, and it looks pretty good too. Little shiny screws in there, looks like regular lug nuts or something. I changed out the shock covers I had before, went to these RC skin ones. Pretty nice. They're easy. You just wipe them off and they are clean again. And I like that because that's easy. As you can see, this thing's pretty filthy right now. I got to give it a bath. One thing, the last recent problem I had was the last time I took it out driving, my brakes started locking up, and lo and behold, when I really took a look at it, I noticed that the pin right here in the caliper, you can see there's a pin on this side, there should be a pin on that side. Well, it came out, and now the brakes constantly drag, so I've got to replace that part. And what I'm replacing it with is a Turtle Racing one-piece brake mount system, and I am going to install it with my new Turtle Racing heavy-duty clutch plate. Seemed like just the way to go. Pieces fit together really nice. And I'm really trying to get some of the orange stuff off of here, since I went to the Kraken cage and kind of got the red, black, and white thing going, trying to get some of the orange off here. So we'll see how that goes. Might de-anodize some of this stuff. But hopefully today, some point, hopefully I'll get this installed again, or installed on, so I can go run this weekend. I want to get some good running video and get that posted, and see what you guys think. If you guys don't know, you're wondering what this hose is. This is the filler pipe for my Kraken RC filler, which is a really, really good product, and I can't say enough about the people at Kraken RC. They really do a good job customer service wise. I've really been happy with them. They've for some reason gotten a few bad reviews on the internet this weekend. I don't think it's deserving. I had a problem when I first got my fueler here. They supply you with an billet aluminum gas cap that tube fits onto, and it would not screw onto my tank. And this is an HPI tank that I have in my car here, and I made some mention of it in the Kraken forum, and you know, within an hour I got a message from Kraken RC. They wanted my address. I gave my address. Maybe 3 days later tops, I had a new cap here that fit perfectly. So I can't say enough about those guys. That was fantastic, and no questions asked. I didn't even ask for that, and they took care of it. I got a question today on my YouTube channel. Do I regret buying a clone? And I've really got to say that I don't. I just looked at what a new Baja 5 SC cost. Tower Hobbies has it listed for $12.79 and some change retail. I got this off of eBay for $600. And yeah, I've had to do some stuff. One other thing, guys, if you buy one of these things, take every screw off of this thing that goes metal to metal, put Loctite on it, because they will fall out. That is something you definitely have to do. I see a lot of people in the forums give some bad thoughts and stuff to the plastic parts on here. I haven't had a single issue yet with any plastic part failing on this car. I replaced a bunch of them up here, but I don't even think I needed to be honest with you guys. I haven't had any kind of problem. All the control arms are still in great shape. The links are all in great shape. I just haven't had an issue with it. So for the $600 I paid for this, that's still under half the price of what a Baja 5 SC goes for. And one thing I was really happy with was this. That radio, I think, is a really good part of the deal. I actually am rebuilding my son's Traxxas Slash right now, and I ordered him one of these radios for his Slash because it had an old AM Traxxas radio. So I am upgrading him. He's going 2.4 digital computer radio, and I think I paid $35 for it, and it comes with the receiver. And I have not had any bad luck with that radio yet. So $600 just for the car. The kraken cage, that's another story. That's, I'll be honest with you, this thing's not cheap. I think it was just under $300 for the cage and the body panels. The decal set was $80. The thing is, I was able to spend $600 just for the basic car, and for still under $1,200. I'm not even near $1,200 on what I've got into this thing. I've got it basically to the car that I want it to be. I always wanted it to be like a Class 1 buggy setup. I didn't like the body that it came with. That was just what it came with. I really like where it's getting to. The body I like the way everything's set up now. So yeah, I don't think I made a mistake in buying a clone. It's done me well. Yeah, I've had to replace some parts. Fortunately, replacement parts for these things are so easy to get because all the HPI parts fit. And I will tell you, if you do buy a Rovan or a King Motors or some kind of clone of this vehicle, do not buy the clone parts. Replace it with the genuine HPI parts, because I've had a problem with the clone parts fitting on the clone car. Go figure. But that's been my issue. I bought a bunch of clone parts and then I've had to resell them because they don't fit on this clone car. And I just settled and went with the HPI parts. They are a little bit more expensive, but they fit, and I don't think I'll have an issue. I really like the Turtle Racing stuff. High quality parts. I can't say enough. This truck is really fun to drive. It really draws everybody's attention. Everybody's like, wow, look at that big thing, and it really is cool. So I'm happy with it. Um, like I said, I'll hopefully get out this weekend, get some more driving video, get that posted. If you like what you see, please subscribe and like. Definitely have more videos coming just because it's so fun to video this thing, make videos of it. People are interested in it. Like I said, you can really save money. I got this for $600. I've seen them now for under $580 for this basic same vehicle stock. I don't think you can beat that if you realize that you're going to have to spend some more money on it, but you'll still be below the $1,280 for a new HPI, so I think it's a good deal. Thanks a lot for watching my video. Like I said, please subscribe at the bottom.